Thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty exciting day. All of you sitting here today are on the cutting edge. We have a psychedelic renaissance, which the planet needs, and we need. There's a paramount degree of anxiety, depression, PTSD, wars, etc., you all know, and we need to ask ourselves why and rise through it. I want to read you a quote from probably one of the best people I wish I knew, the great father of psychedelic therapy and holotropic breathwork, Stanislav Grof. And for me, that is what this today is all about. And he says, the psychedelic experience has the potential to reveal the interconnectedness of all things and dissolve the illusion of separation. Dissolve the illusion of separation. And that's what psychedelics teaches us, that we are all one with each other and with every cell on every leaf. We have our first speaker here, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Miss Guidance, who will be your MC today. And she is the organiser of the Mardi Gras Symposiums, which have been going for years. She is a itinerant MC. And she also volunteers at the Hemp Embassy, and we would be absolutely cut adrift without her.
I guess a big thank you to Louise getting this day together. It's really awesome. As you know, the Hemp Embassy is mainly all cannabis, but we definitely have not been ignoring other psychedelic drugs over 30 years. So I guess this is another iteration of, you know, the work we're doing in really educating and advocating and bringing all this to the surface. So today we've got a range of really fabulous speakers in the mushroom realm, and they're going to be talking about basically the legalities, the risks, macro and micro dosing, and also about the therapy and the healing magic of mushrooms. We also invite you to share your own experiences and your thoughts and ideas, so we really would love this to be an interactive session. And we also, as Louise said, encourage questions and discussions with speakers. Once again, if you don't feel comfortable speaking out, the speakers will be here all day, and there's really great opportunities to chat with people face to face. So outside on the deck, we're going to have a beautiful organic lunch today. So I hope you stick around and enjoy that. And we've also got a bit of a bookstall outside, so if you want to get some more information that you want to digest at your own leisure, please head out there and check that out too. So, as I mentioned, the Hemp Embassies spent over 30 years educating on cannabis and agitating for drug law reform generally, and we haven't bypassed psychedelics. Our annual Mardi Gras Protestival has a dedicated ethnobotany program, and we've partnered with Entheogenesis Australis in the last few years. They're a long-running non-profit, over 20 years themselves, really working for education on a whole range of psychedelics. And, you know, during that Mardi Gras program, the mushroom workshops have always been the most popular, even outstripping some of our cannabis talks. So they're kind of the, yeah, it's in the air. And also, way back in 2002, when we were a lot younger, we actually put on a Mardi Gras sort of side event called Psychedelic Circus, which we ran, that really looked at mushrooms and other psychedelics like DMT, and we ran that at a festival at Bald Rock on the same year. So We've been working hard for 20 odd years, and then in 2014 we also put on a very special event called the Plant Freedom Forums. So once again that was looking at herbs and a whole range of healing plants and fungi. Now I was just going to share one of my favourite bits of artwork that was in the Nimbin Museum. If many of you remember the Nimbin Museum, which sadly burnt down 10 years ago in 2014. But before that, it was a psychedelic experience on its own to go in there and enjoy it. So I've just written this down because I'll say it wrong otherwise. So basically, there was a beautiful artwork in there that showed the irony of Nimbin's short white-fella history, which showed that the settlers came and cleared the forests. They added the cows who produced the dung where the magic mushrooms grew. And the hippies ate the magic mushrooms and then planted more forest. A very beautiful circle. There's something magic about that. So as we'll find out today, mushrooms can play a direct role in not only healing ourselves, but I guess healing the planet as well. That's a very big part. And mycology has been a key aspect of citizen psychedelic science in Australia for a long time. While many plants take time and patience, magic mushrooms can be readily cultivated in a matter of months, or there's the thrill of foraging in cow paddocks. And even though magic mushrooms have been used recreationally for many moons, which has laid the foundation for understanding their effects, how to use it safely, and how to integrate the psychedelic experience, there's a growing appreciation of how they can be used therapeutically for health and well-being, and that's mainly why we're here today. So I'm just going to introduce quickly the different speakers we have today, and then I'll introduce our first speaker. So we've got an amazing lineup. There's Dr. Mario Allam, who has 20 years experience as a medical doctor with certifications in psychedelic assisted therapy, which is a brand new thing that's just happened in the last year or so in Australia. And he's going to be providing a 2-hour in-depth presentation of his reset program, as well as a 1-hour experiential workshop entitled Embodying Psychedelics. So that is really very, very cool that he's coming to share a good 3 hours of his time with us today. We also welcome Liam James, who's a mycologist, ethnobotanist, farmer, and a student who is passionate about the wider use of mushrooms and what they can do for our health and for the planet. And we've got a few burning questions for Liam as well. I have anyway. And then big thanks to Dee Driscoll, who is a naturopath, massage therapist, body worker, yoga teacher, and is certified in patient-assisted therapy. And she's joined us in Nimbin today to discuss both micro and macro dosing. And however, to